Amy Adams.
Thank you, Mr Chairman. It is a great pleasure actually to take a call on the estimates debate on vote finance. And I can tell you right now, Mr Chairman, I'm not going to waste any of my contribution responding to the muck that member comes into this House and continually tries to throw at this side of the House. It's clear, sir, when a party like Labour has nothing to offer the people, they resort to mud, muck and baseless allegations. And, sir, actually what New Zealand cares about is getting this economy growing and getting New Zealand moving, getting New Zealanders into jobs, raising incomes and making this a place that New Zealanders want to live in and want to be in. And so that's why I think we can all be very proud of the work that our Minister of Finance and our Prime Minister are doing. The initiatives in this year's budget, sir, and in vote finance in particular, are central to our economic growth strategy. This government, sir, was elected overwhelmingly by the people of New Zealand to lift the incomes of New Zealand, to improve the outlook for New Zealanders, and that's what we're doing, sir. And let's be frank about this. The polls are very clear. The New Zealand is liking what we're doing, and they are paying no attention to that party over there who is more interested in throwing mud and laying baseless allegations before this House than they are in actually getting New Zealanders into jobs and creating an economy that's sustainable and that is solid and is based on the productive part of the New Zealand sector. In my last contribution in this estimates debate, sir, I talked about the fact that for the Labour Party to stand in this House and talk about the lack of direction simply tells us one thing. It simply tells us that they have no idea what an economic growth strategy looks like. They wouldn't recognise one if it came up and bit them, because, sir, the work that this government is doing is working. We know that Treasury is telling us it's going to create 170,000 extra jobs and $7,000 per annum extra household income. Those are real, substantial and meaningful achievements. That's why this country is continuing to endorse the John Key-led government. So the budget 2010 is focused on economic growth, it's focused on rebalancing the economies, and a big part of that is addressing these external liabilities that have put our economy in great jeopardy. And so the tax changes that my friend Mr Foss has already talked about are central to addressing that concerning level of economic liability that the country currently has. And the other part of that, sir, as well as the tax changes, is the efforts that this government is making to control government expenditure. And they are meaningful. And not only are they addressing the strong economy that we need to have and ensuring that our debt position is controlled, far more so than it would have been under that government who just want to keep borrowing and ignoring the failing productive sector. But, sir, it's also meaning that we're delivering better, smarter public services. We're ensuring that the money that we spend, taxpayers' money, sir, money that hard-working New Zealanders give us the privilege of spending, is spent on frontline services, not more bureaucrats, not more red tape, not more bodies that endlessly study and report on issues and don't deal with them, as we saw under the last government, but, sir, real services for New Zealanders. More doctors, more nurses, more midwives, more police on our streets, because those are the things that New Zealanders want. Sir, it's about addressing the imbalances between our tradable and our non-tradable sector and making sure that jobs in this economy are real, that they're sustainable and that they support the parts of the economy that are going to see New Zealand climb up the OECD rankings. And so this budget's about productivity. It's about ensuring we have tight fiscal management for the first time in a long time, about 9 years really, I would have suggested, from about 1999 to 2008. We are seeing good fiscal discipline. We are seeing a government that understands the very simple lesson that every household gets, that you've got to spend money before you can earn it. You've got to earn money. You've got to earn money before you can spend it. But that's what they did. They spend first, earn later. This government knows you actually have to earn the money first. Not rocket science, you would think. You know, most New Zealanders get that. Heck, my 10-year-old daughter gets that. Earn it first, then spend it. But not Labour. No. They just borrow and borrow and borrow. This government understands if you don't have the productive sector working right, you're not earning any money. And then you can't deliver the sort of public services we want for New Zealand. So that's what this is about. It's about better balance sheet management and ensuring the $217 billion worth of assets that this government is responsible for are working for the people of New Zealand, who are the owners of those assets. Thank you, sir.